Are we getting Ryzen 8000 this year? Twitter's source code got leaked. AI is gonna help you build a PC, and Nvidia. Hypocrisy. Shocked. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news that I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Tuesday, March 28th, 2023. And we're going to dive on in to talking about how Gigabyte leaked out the fact that we likely might be getting a new AMD set of chips later this year. This hasn't been directly confirmed by AMD. We do know that their roadmap is to bring us the next generation Zen 5 CPUs at some point, but Gigabyte releasing a statement saying even though these new products are entry-level servers, CPU support does not end here, and the AM5 platform is supported until at least 2025. The next generation of AMD Ryzen desktop processors that will come out later this year will also be supported on this AM5 platform. So it's not quite clear exactly what they're talking about, because AMD hasn't actually said that this is going to be happening, but they are indicating that it is the next generation that we're supposed to be getting, potentially Zen 5. And if you take a look at the roadmap, it would kind of align late 2023, early 2024 for us to get the next generation. And that would put it about a year out from when Zen 4 launched for most people. However, there is also the possibility that there might be a refresh of Zen 4 that might be coming out. Maybe AMD is ready to upgrade to the next one or not, but also there was a statement by Gigabyte talking about how this is the Ryzen 7000 successor, so it could potentially be Ryzen 8000 and not just like a refresh of the 7950 XT, which they did back in the 3000. They just added a T at the very end where it was a whole confusing situation. And it just makes it hard to know whether or not you should be buying a PC now. Should you be waiting for Ryzen 8000? The X3D chips are launching. It's a crazy situation, but I can tell you that if you use today's video sponsor, it's probably the best way to avoid any sort of buyer's remorse, because you're buying it explicitly for your needs. Because Jawa's there for you to make sure that you're getting either a PC or a PC part that you want, because it's the marketplace that's for gamers by gamers, making sure that you're getting everything that meets your needs. It's a place where you can buy yourself an upgraded PC by using some of their verified sellers. It's also where you can sell your used parts that you have lying around. But the best way to make sure that you're not waiting out for Ryzen 8000 is to just find what works for you now, especially on the used side. If you're looking to get budget, that's going to be a great place to do it with Jawa. And if you're looking for some input on it, they have a great community as well with a very active Discord server. And then if you really want to cater it to your needs, you can use their commissions build program, which will allow you to fill out a very short quiz about what games you want to play, what type of PC you want, what FPS numbers are you looking for, and then you'll automatically get paired up with one of their verified sellers to make sure that you're getting a PC that's 100% tailored to your needs, instead of you just being there pining after the next thing that might come out and wondering, oh, is this the right thing for me? Jawa will decide that for you. It takes all the stress out of it. So you can check out Jawa at the link in the video description, check out their commission builds, or sell a piece of your old hardware, buy a piece of old hardware from somebody else, new hardware, doesn't matter. Check out Jawa, the marketplace for gamers by gamers, at the link in the video description. Big thanks to them for sponsoring today's video. But while Jawa might be a great deal, ARM is looking to make themselves a worse deal, because they're changing their monetization or their fee structure and how they're approaching how they're getting paid for their ARM architecture, because it's being reported as they're looking to IPO that they need more money. And so the way they're going to do that is to charge for things that used to cost less without providing any extra value, at least according to the plan that ARM has put forward, which will essentially just charge cell phone manufacturers a price based on the final sales price of the phone that they're selling, rather than buying the architecture at bulk and then choosing whether or not they wanted to put in a high-end or low-end device. If they're selling a $1,000 phone, they're getting charged based off that. Even if they charged $800 for the same phone, they would get charged less, according to all of this. It's going to make it worse for the companies that sell phones in terms of pricing, but would make it way better for ARM for money. But according to reports, ARM is frustrated that customers have a reluctance to accept the new agreement, which, based on everything I've read, is because they're just asking for more money without actually providing any additional value. And we'll have to see whether or not this shakes and bakes, where cell phone manufacturers actually obliged to pay ARM extra cash. A lot of the other commentary surrounding this is just about that this is likely going to be a good move for RISC-V to start being developed for cell phones. It's finding its way into laptops. I think the world's first RISC-V laptop should be shipping sometime soon. And so if ARM's going to be making some moves that upset the customers, well, then there might be a place in the market for new competitors, which is what we're getting with some encoding streams when it comes to we've been on H.264, we've been on regular streaming for so long. AV1 now appears to be coming to OBS. It's already been supported on the hardware. All three of the major GPU manufacturers support AV1 encoding on their graphics cards, and it's been supported in like technical terms for streaming, but finally OBS is now allowing for AV1 streaming to YouTube, which is still going to be in beta. Not going to be the most fleshed out way of doing it, and Twitch doesn't support it at the current moment. Discord does support AV1 streaming in case you want to do that on Discord, but it seems like this rollout's going to take a little bit longer for AV1 to make its way everywhere before that's the default, which the benefit of using AV1 streaming is that you get the same quality for lower bitrate, which means that you don't use as much bandwidth, which also makes it better for the content providers as well because they're dealing with smaller bandwidth as well. But Microsoft increasing the bandwidth of Teams, making it faster while also weighing less. They're making it twice as fast while using 50% fewer resources. Microsoft Teams getting more lightweight, more aerodynamic, and better for your business because it's ditching Electron foundations of Teams and moving towards Microsoft's Edge WebView 2, which will make it more. Kyler, give me a buzzy business word that means like super fast. It's gonna be more expeditious. And I'm gonna be expeditiously asking Reece to give us the UFD deals.
Yo, welcome back to UFD Deals, bringing the hottest tech deals out on the internet. I'm Reece, this is a coffee stain on my favorite hoodie, and these are the deals. Starting with the Lenovo G32 QC10. This 31.5-inch 1440p 144Hz curved VA panel is currently going for only $219.99, which is $100 off and the lowest price in 30 days. And then next up we have, okay, I have to give it its full name. It's got a special name, you'll see. It's the PNY GeForce RTX 4080 16GB Accelerate Gaming Verto Epic X RGB overclock triple fan graphics card DLSS3. It's a 4080, but it's under MSRP with the promo code. Get it? I know these graphics card deals don't come around very often, so I'm gonna throw them in while I can. And those are the deals for today. You can find these and more linked in the video description down below. But until next time, I'm hand you off back to Brett for the rest of your hard news. Cheers.
Thank you, Reece. Did you release the source code of UFD Tech on GitHub? I thought it was you. And Twitter thinks that one of their former employees released the source code of Twitter on GitHub, which Twitter has said that they're looking to release the source code and making open source their recommendation algorithm. Turns out that they didn't want to make the whole thing that way, but it appears that a disgruntled employee uploaded the whole thing to GitHub, and Twitter issued a DMCA takedown notice of the repository because it's not their property. Reports are saying it was unclear how long the leaked code had been online, but it appeared to have been public for at least several months, and that executives were only recently made aware of the source code leak. And it turns out that Elon Musk did not like free speech enthusiasts' post on this because he wants to hold that back. So they've also submitted a subpoena to get more details from GitHub about who actually specifically uploaded this to GitHub. We'll keep you updated as Twitter source code stuff gets developed. But you know what's also getting developed? AI all of the time. And it looks like Newegg wants you to use AI to build your next PC. They've announced that they're going to be implementing ChatGPT into their PC builder tool, optimizing text content, customer service chat, customer email subject lines, and SEO to make themselves a little bit better. With WCCF Tech noting that if you do the PC builder with AI, if you say you want an Intel build, well, then it won't show you anything from AMD or vice versa. It'll actually round that out. However, just for some giggles, I decided to try it out myself, and I asked it for, I want to play Fortnite for as cheap as my parents can't afford this big PC, and it gave me a $2,200 PC first and $1,100 PC first. So it definitely can't understand that. If I type in cheap Fortnite computer, yeah, $2,200, $1,300. You can build a Fortnite computer for like $400 or $500. Stick with Java. Use their commissions build program, okay, because they'll actually understand what you're asking for. But while Newegg might be poorly implementing AI into their PC builder, TigerDirect, which is where I used to get my PCs back in the wee old days of when Brett was a tiny little lad, it's shutting down officially March 31st, 2023. This is the second time TigerDirect is going to be shutting down. It was acquired by Insight, which is the same company that acquired CompUSA and Circuit City and had those websites up and running. TigerDirect's gone. It's going to be gone by Friday. I would say press F to pay respects, but based on what I've read from the CEOs, I'm not pressing F on that one. And Multiversus also shutting down. The open beta going away later this year. You got to download the game before April 4th in case you want to play it offline. Allegedly, it'll be returning in non-beta in 2024, but Warner Brothers hasn't had the best track record of keeping their projects afloat when they shutter them for a little bit. So I wouldn't trust that necessarily, but you might want to trust the fact that the RTX 4070 is going to have 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Another leak coming out with EEC filing showing off that, yeah, that's likely how much it's going to have, so you can have that. But you know what you shouldn't trust? Nvidia. Okay, they talk out of both sides of their mouths. I just want to discuss this because this is a big article that's been going around, Nvidia coming out and saying that cryptocurrencies are useless to the society, specifically the CTO of Nvidia saying all this crypto stuff, it needed parallel processing, and Nvidia's the best. So people just programmed it to use for this purpose. They bought a lot of stuff, and then eventually it collapsed because it doesn't bring anything useful for society. AI does. Which I understand their position. I understand why Nvidia might want to be coming out and talking a big game at this moment, especially with the burgeoning AI industry and the fact that Nvidia is likely the best positioned in the graphics card manufacturers to make sure that they're going to monopolize this entire industry, make all of the billions and trillions of dollars in cash that are going to be up for grabs in this coming AI revolution. But it only is because they no longer either have the crypto money or need it, because if the crypto industry was still using GPUs to mine with, I can guarantee that Nvidia would not be making a statement such as this, because they just didn't do that back when crypto was big. In fact, they lied to their investors so that they could take a ton of money from crypto because they believed in it for their bottom line, and they were fined by the SEC for actually lying to investors. So Nvidia just being a big old hypocrite for this. Obviously, this is financially motivated. Obviously, they need to position themselves for both their shareholders and for the people who are going to be buying their parts that they are great for AI. Forget the crypto thing. That was stupid. We were the best, so they used us, but man, we were never a part of that, despite the fact that we chose to lie to the most important people that we are supposed to legally serve as a publicly traded company. We disregarded them because we saw so much value in the cash dollar that crypto was bringing in. But hey, don't worry about its benefit to society, because, I mean, Nvidia getting rich isn't a benefit to society, now would it be? I don't know. Thoughts to think about. Maybe Brett's a little cranky. I need a nap, maybe. Is that right, Kyler? Do I need a nap today? No. Okay. Well, I'll catch you guys back here for Hot News tomorrow.